In a world that constantly tries to mold women into smaller, quieter versions of themselves, being a strong girl is an act of rebellion. It is a statement. It is a refusal to be defined by outdated norms, limiting beliefs, or the fear of standing out. Priyanka Chopra, global icon, actress, philanthropist, and fierce advocate for women, has become a beacon of strength and confidence. Her journey is not just about glamour and fame. It is about grit, resilience, and choosing courage in a world that thrives on conformity. In this essay, we'll explore what it means to be a strong girl in a society that often wants you weak, and how Priyanka's life offers powerful lessons on becoming unapologetically yourself. Strength begins with knowing your worth. From the very beginning, Priyanka Chopra knew she wasn't going to play small. Coming from a humble Indian background, she faced criticism, colorism, and cultural limitations. But she refused to let society define her value. To be a strong girl, the first rule is to know your worth even when others don't see it. Confidence is not given, it's built. It comes from acknowledging your uniqueness and refusing to let your identity be dictated by comparison or criticism. The world may try to tell you that you're too much or not enough, but strength is when you believe in yourself anyway. Silence the noise. Listen to your inner voice. Every girl in this world grows up surrounded by noise: what to wear, how to behave, who to be. Priyanka once said, "Don't try to squeeze into a glass slipper. Instead, shatter the glass ceiling." That's the mindset of a strong woman. The world will always project expectations on you, but inner power comes when you shut out the noise and listen to your own voice. It means learning to say no, setting boundaries, and following your own compass, even if it means going against tradition or popular opinion. Build yourself daily. Strength is a habit, not a trait. Strong girls aren't born, they are built every single day. Priyanka Chopra didn't wake up as a global icon. She faced failures, heartbreaks, rejection from Hollywood, and backlash from her own people. But she kept showing up. She kept building herself. Strength is not about never falling, it's about getting back up each time, wiser and more determined. It's about showing discipline in how you speak to yourself, how you handle setbacks, and how you carry yourself when no one is watching. Use your pain as power. The world often teaches women to suppress pain, but strong girls turn pain into power. Priyanka lost her father, whom she was very close to, but she turned her grief into fuel for her growth. She embraced her struggles and wore them like armor. When life pushes you down, you have two choices: stay down or rise stronger. Strength is choosing growth over bitterness. It's rewriting your story and turning your wounds into wisdom. Speak up even when your voice shakes. The world wants women to stay quiet, to be agreeable. But real strength is when you speak your truth, especially when it's hard. Priyanka has always used her voice to speak out against racism, against gender inequality, and in support of mental health and education for girls. A strong girl doesn't wait for permission to be heard. She knows that her voice matters, even if it shakes. Confidence is built every time you choose to speak up, advocate for yourself, and stand your ground even if you stand alone. Celebrate your identity. Don't apologize for who you are. One of the boldest things Priyanka has done is to embrace her Indian identity while making it on a global stage. She refused to bleach her skin, refused to change her accent, and refused to fit into Hollywood's narrow definition of beauty. That's real strength. A strong girl owns her roots, her culture, her story without apology. She doesn't shrink to make others comfortable. Instead, she radiates authenticity. You are not too loud, not too dark, not too ambitious. You are exactly who you are meant to be. Redefine beauty and success on your own terms. Society teaches girls that beauty is in perfection, in pleasing others, in being soft-spoken. But Priyanka redefined what it means to be beautiful through confidence, intellect, kindness, and unapologetic ambition. Strong girls don't chase trends. They don't chase validation. They define success for themselves, whether it's leading a company, building a family, or traveling the world. Real strength is about living a life that feels right to you, not what others expect of you. Be fearless in your pursuits. Priyanka Chopra didn't let fear stop her from competing in beauty pageants, entering Bollywood, and eventually conquering Hollywood. She took risks. She made bold moves. She failed and tried again. Strong girls are not fearless because they don't feel fear. They are fearless because they act in spite of it. They trust themselves to handle whatever comes. Fear will always be there, but it should never be in the driver's seat. Surround yourself with empowerment, not jealousy. Another secret to staying strong in a weakening world is to surround yourself with women who empower, not compete. Priyanka often speaks about lifting other women, not tearing them down. Strong girls don't play small to make others feel comfortable. They create space at the table for other girls to sit and shine. Choose relationships that celebrate your strength, not those that try to dim it. Keep reinventing yourself. Life will challenge you. You'll evolve. Your goals, your values, your dreams will change. Priyanka Chopra has reinvented herself countless times, from engineer to model, actress to entrepreneur, author to activist. The world might want you to stay stuck in one version of yourself, but strength is in reinvention. Keep learning, keep growing, keep evolving. That's how strong girls stay unstoppable. You are allowed to take up Spacito. Be a strong girl in a world that wants you weak is to be a flame in the darkness. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Priyanka Chopra's story is proof that a woman can rise beyond stereotypes, break barriers, and lead without apology. She is not an exception. She is an example. And you too have that fire within you. Don't shrink. Don't silence yourself. Don't wait for permission. Be bold. Be strong. Be unapologetically you. Because the world doesn't need more perfect girls. It needs more strong ones. You don't have to be liked to be respected. One of the hardest lessons for any girl to learn is that being liked isn't the same as being respected. Society often trains women to be agreeable, polite, and nice, even when their boundaries are being crossed. But Priyanka Chopra teaches us something different, that it's okay to be misunderstood, it's okay to walk away, and it's absolutely okay to demand respect. Strong girls don't sacrifice their standards for acceptance. They value being respected over being liked. And that's where true power begins, when you stop people-pleasing and start self-respecting. Set boundaries without guilt. Many girls are taught to say yes out of obligation. But saying yes when you mean no is an act of self-betrayal. Priyanka Chopra is a strong advocate of protecting your energy. Boundaries are not walls. They are doors to self-respect. A strong girl knows when to walk away from toxic conversations, draining people, and situations that no longer serve her growth. Setting boundaries is not selfish, it's a form of self-love. And once you master that, you become untouchable. In the best way. Don't chase love, attract it by being whole. Love should never be begged for. Priyanka's life and words reflect this truth. Don't chase people. Know your worth and attract what matches your value. A strong girl doesn't chase attention, affection, or validation. She becomes so in love with her life, her purpose, and her passions that the right people are naturally drawn to her energy. Love that must be forced isn't real love, it's fear in disguise. Instead of seeking someone to complete you, become someone who is already complete. Your dreams are valid even if others don't understand them. There will always be people who try to limit your vision because they can't see it for themselves. But that's not your burden. Priyanka Chopra pursued international stardom when people told her to stay in her lane. She dared to dream bigger than the box she was placed in. That's what strong girls do. They don't ask for permission to dream. Even if no one else believes in your dream, you owe it to yourself to pursue it. Your vision doesn't need to be validated. It needs to be protected, nurtured, and chased fearlessly. Embrace your flaws, they make you magnetic perfection. is a myth, and chasing it is exhausting. Strong girls are not the ones who have no flaws, they are the ones who've made peace with them. Priyanka Chopra faced judgment for her looks, accent, and background, but she turned every flaw into fuel. Real beauty lies in being authentic. The more you own your quirks, your scars, your imperfections, the more powerful you become. Confidence is not about being flawless. It's about being fearlessly real in a world obsessed with filters. Success means staying true to your core. There's no point in gaining the world if you lose your soul. Priyanka Chopra could have followed Hollywood's pressure to conform, but she stayed true to her roots, her voice, her values. Strong girls define success by their own terms. Whether that's building a career, raising a family, or starting something new, what matters most is that it aligns with your truth. Don't let the noise of the world drown your inner wisdom. Real success is a reflection of your authenticity, not your appearance. Own every room you walk into. Too often, girls are taught to shrink themselves to be humble, quiet, unassuming. But Priyanka teaches the opposite. Walk into every room like you belong there because you do. Strong girls don't wait to be noticed. They own their presence. They walk with their heads high, voices steady, and hearts open. They understand that confidence isn't arrogance, it's self-assurance. And when you walk like you are enough, the world has no choice but to believe it too. Never settle for less than you deserve. Settling is a silent killer of dreams. Whether it's in relationships, friendships, or career paths, strong girls don't settle. They hold the line. Priyanka Chopra has spoken about walking away from projects that didn't respect her value, even when it meant risking her career. That's power. That's belief in your own worth. When you know what you bring to the table, you stop accepting crumbs. And that's when you begin to build a life that truly honors your greatness. Lead with grace, not ego. Strength isn't just about being bold, it's also about being kind. Priyanka Chopra is a fierce competitor, but also a graceful leader. She uplifts others, gives credit generously, and handles criticism with composure. A strong girl doesn't need to belittle others to shine. She understands that true leadership is about influence, not intimidation. Grace under pressure is the mark of real maturity, and it's what separates those who lead with ego from those who lead with heart. Be the role model you needed. Growing up. Lastly, strong girls don't just rise for themselves, they rise for others. They become the woman they once needed. Priyanka Chopra uses her platform to fight for girls' education, equality, and representation. She lights the path for others. And that's the greatest strength of all, not just building your own life, but lifting others as you climb. Be the example, be the fire, be the voice that says, you can do it too.